I'm Russell Gurr, and this is For the Record.
In 1945, Joseph Stalin and the Soviet Communist Party commissioned a grand celebratory symphony to commemorate their historic victory over the Nazis in World War II. For this project, they approached the most famous living Russian composer, Dmitri Shostakovich. It happened by coincidence that in Shostakovich's body of work, this symphony would be his ninth. And in classical music, there is a long and wonderful tradition around ninth symphonies, thanks to Beethoven's glorious Ode to Joy from 1824. Which is the climactic finale of his ninth. The Soviet authorities were aware of this and wanted another big ninth, with big orchestra and choir and soloists, the whole shebang. Shostakovich starts out writing this exciting new work and quickly falls into despair. How could he compose something that would glorify a despotic regime that sends its own citizens to horrific gulags in frozen Siberia, or just simply shoots them if they dared disagree with anything? He couldn't do it. He destroyed his draft and began something entirely different.
And now for something completely different.
He began the lightest, most innocuous, most trivial symphony he had ever written. He used a small orchestra. He had the main tune piped pathetically on a little tin whistle of a piccolo instead of the lush strings or the powerful brass. He writes a grief-stricken lament in the middle of the symphony for the brittle, fragile, and mournful voice of a solo bassoon. Roughly and brutishly contrasted with the heavy artillery of the trombones and tuba. And then he writes a circus romp to finish. The authorities hated it. They had ordered a fancy banquet and he'd served them a cupcake. The biggest rebuke and greatest act of defiance Shostakovich could deliver to the heinous government of Stalin was this short piece of frivolous inconsequence. When I first heard it as a music student without knowing the story, I thought, what is this empty drivel? I had shelled out $200 to see the famous Vienna Philharmonic perform it at the Sydney Opera House. And I was intensely disappointed. But now that I know what was going on, it is one of my favourite all-time works of Shostakovich. I love performing it, and I love talking to orchestras about the story of its composition. It brings me unending pleasure and pride to think of Shostakovich's coded middle finger to the brutishly oppressive party. Go and have a listen and you'll see what I mean. As always, please leave your comments below, hit subscribe, like the video, and check back soon for the next episode. I'm Russell Gurr and this is For the Record. Thanks for watching.